Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Millie. I hope you're all doing great and it's good to have you guys back once again. So in this video, I want to share with you my road trip experience to Hell's National Park. So let's just get right into it. So last year, December, my brothers and I organized a family reunion. We wanted to celebrate Christmas together, and we thought Christmas was the best time to, come together as a family and enjoy each other's company. So we had planned a few activities, places we wanted to visit together, and we were torn in between going to Masai Mara or visiting a national park, but at the end we opted to go and visit Hell's Gate National Park. So for this particular trip we had rented a 7-seater minibus because our family is relatively huge. So our trip to Naivasha took almost 2.5 hours, if I'm precise. On that particular day the weather was not so hot and it wasn't also too cold. It was just that perfect weather for a road trip, and that made the whole journey so chilled and so comfortable for all of us. So our first stop was Rift Valley. We wanted to stop in Rift Valley so that we can view the beautiful scenery that Rift Valley offers, and we also wanted to get some few goodies for ourselves. So we stopped there and took lots and lots of pictures, and the kids ran around a little bit, and we also just had time to take a few video clips, and then we decided to continue with our journey. So because time wasn't really on our side, we had to really continue with the journey to Naivasha. So I was surprised that most of the way the road was pretty good. I would say 90% of the way the road was good. It wasn't so bumpy and so uncomfortable, but I have to say that it was so dusty. So on that day, we didn't really know where Hell's Gate National Park was. Google Map took us to somewhere totally different. So we had to ask around where the place was, and the thing was a little bit funny because some people would direct us to a different place, and then we had to ask some other people, and it was just a little bit chaotic, if you know what I mean. And it made some of us a little bit frustrated, just to say the truth, because first we were getting late and we didn't also know if we will make it. So after so much hassle, we finally reached our destination, and that felt so good. We were finally there. We were so relieved that we were finally there. So the first thing that we did was to show our identity cards, because tourists and Kenyan citizens pay differently. So that was something that we had to do, and then we also had to pay an amount of fee before going inside. So after all that jazz, we were ready to explore the whole place. So my first experience was that the place was clear, and it was empty compared to the normal places that we go to, and the environment was so refreshing, and it felt so good to be in a different environment, if you know what I mean. So the landscape was also very interesting, very unusual compared to what I've seen before, and it has all these cavey, stony-like features which gives a unique touch to the whole park. The place also has minimal wildlife. The animals that we saw weren't so much as how I thought it would be. So the first animals that we came across are some buffaloes, and there were so many of them at one place. So we were just driving slowly so that we could appreciate these animals that God has given us. And they were staring at us like, what are you guys doing here? Why are you looking at us so hard like that? So that was a funny experience, because they were they were very serious. So the next animals that we saw are some antelopes. I don't know if they're antelopes or gazelles or deers, but if you see them, you'll know what I mean. So these they were the most cutest thing ever. Like they had to, they were crossing from one side of the road to the other one, so we had to stop in the middle of the road to just see them crossing like the roads. So they jump. The way they jump is so cute, and they would like really jump so high, and some of them would go differently. So we stopped almost there for almost 3 minutes before all of them could just go to the other side. And on the other side of the road there were so many zebras, and as my mother and my sister-in-law, and we decided to just get out and take some few pictures with the zebras, because you know, we wanted to cherish these memories together. So after doing that, we decided to go to a different direction, and we also saw some warthogs. And yeah, there were not so many warthogs. I think we saw maybe 3 or 4. And then the highlight of the whole trip was when we saw this really huge giraffe. That was so unreal. It was like a dream. The thing was so huge. It was really huge and tall. Oh, but it was so amazing. So it saw us. I think it wanted to like cross the road, but when it immediately saw us, it had to stop, and then it stared at us. It stared at the car for maybe 5 to 10 seconds, and then I think it got scared and it decided to go back to the bush. So that was really sad for us. We didn't really want it to go, but I think it just left. It left, and so we waited there for almost 5 minutes to see if it will come back, but unfortunately it didn't come back. But we also saw that there were like 2 giraffes with it inside in the bush. So that was something which was really cute for all of us. And after that, we decided to just go to a different direction to see if we could see some more animals, but we didn't see any of them. And because it was also getting a little bit dark, we decided to just drive off to the main gate, because the national park closes a little bit early. It was almost, I think, an hour to the closing time at that particular day and at that particular time when all this happened. So yeah, we just decided to go back and just get out on time. So yeah, that is our little road trip experience that we had, and I hope that you guys loved it. And if you did, just give me a thumbs up.